Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. The city of Muscle Shoals is navigating a mounting list of financial challenges, from the city's first ever bad IRS audit to a staggering 357% increase in landfill rates. At the center of this financial storm is the proposed multi-million-dollar sportsplex that's been years in the making. The city council voted last night to put the project on hold after new estimates showed the price tag jumping by $25 million, bringing the total projected cost up to $90 million. Fox 54's Logan Alexandra Russell tells us where things stand now.
66 acres of vacant land stand as the proposed home for the Muscle Shoals Sportplex. But for now, that land will remain empty after the city council voted to put the entire project on hold at last night's meeting. Council President Donnie Lindley says the tipping point came as work from contractors slowed down, providing time for the new mayor to get fully updated on the project. Mayor Billy Hudson says his main concern is the people. He says he cannot justify spending millions until he sees where that money is going.
There's nothing out there. There's not any dirt being turned or anything, and I'm not saying they haven't done their work, not saying they have done their work, but my thing is, the people who are the taxpayers, we need to see something happening, and I just don't see that. And my job as the mayor is to protect the taxpayer.
Hudson says he is not opposed to the sportsplex, but he wants to see a more concrete plan before more money is spent.
The thing that's bothered me is like we were just going to build a sportsplex, but there was never like a plan to do it. The infrastructure wasn't figured in. They're also going to do a retail outlet there, and it's just kind of been something that's bothered me money-wise for the taxpayers.
The goal now is clarity. The city wants to ensure that if they build it, the money is as solid as the foundation. In Muscle Shoals, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Council President Donnie Lindley clarified a rumor that utility service areas are the reason for the delay. He says that while they are something to coordinate, they are not an issue stalling the project. And a pretty nice view out in Florence. We could see that looks like UNA fountain. But yeah, it's cloudy skies above nonetheless. But the good thing is it stayed warm. I can't complain. The warmth stuck with us. I'm joined now by Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, we're loving the warmth here. Makes me wish it was already really spring. But what can we expect for the rest of tonight? Any rain?
Yeah, it's going to be nice and quiet through the rest of the evening, despite the increase in cloud cover. And despite that increase in cloud cover, no, we're not going to be talking about any rain this evening or the overnight. But I do have a little bit of rain in the forecast. And that cloud cover was a rather prominent feature through the course of the afternoon. But you're also right, temperatures still managed to climb. We were all well above average. Live look out over the Parkway this evening, still holding on to a cloudy sky out over the Parkway. And we're not the only ones. Everybody else is talking about a cloudy sky as well. 59 right now in Huntsville, though some of us still holding on to the 60s. 62 in Arab, 64 in Albertville. We are sitting at 57 in Florence, 56 in Russellville. Those folks not going to fall off that much more as we head into the overnight. Everybody's going to bottom out somewhere in the low and mid 50s. So we are most definitely not going to need the heater tonight. Warming up quite quickly tomorrow morning, 58 at 7, 59 at 8, 61 by 9, 63 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. Now, all good things must come to an end, and this warmth is definitely going to come to an end. Sooner rather than later, I suppose. We'll talk about it here in just a few minutes.
We've learned tonight the suspect in the shooting on I-65 that killed a man and injured a woman has been identified. Giles County Sheriff's Office says Aaron Purvis was arrested yesterday in Franklin County on unrelated charges. Authorities say they recovered several guns, one they believe was used in the shooting, and other evidence. Deputies say they responded to a crash on I-65 around 11:30 p.m. Sunday. When deputies arrived, they determined that the crash happened after Simeus was fatally shot from another car. A passenger in the car, Elda Simeus, also shot and is in stable condition. Warrants have been filed to charge Purvis, the man you see on your screen, with first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. A domestic violence call led to the arrest of a Coleman police officer in Morgan County. Coleman police say officers were called around 6:45 p.m. yesterday to a home on Scenic Drive. After investigating, probable cause led to the arrest of Roy Bates. authorities say, a Lake Patrol officer with the Coleman Police Department. Bates is charged with domestic violence and has been placed on administrative leave while the department conducts an internal investigation. A 60-year-old man was hospitalized after a shooting involving a police officer during an attempted arrest yesterday, according to authorities. Aaliyah says Albertville police officers went to serve an arrest warrant around 5:30 p.m. at a home in the 200 block of Nixon Chapel Road. When they arrived, authorities say they encountered Rodney Langley. APD says Langley pulled out a gun and officers opened fire. Langley was shot during the exchange, then airlifted to Huntsville Hospital for treatment. His current condition, unknown, and no officers were injured. A traffic stop last Thursday led to the arrest of a Danville man and the seizure of guns, money, and drugs, we've learned. Morgan County Sheriff's deputies say they stopped a car near the intersection of Ironman Road and Blankenship Road. During the stop, a large amount of cocaine and weed were found, according to authorities. From there, investigators obtained a search warrant for the driver, Philip Burgess, home at 200 Blankenship Road, where they found more drugs, they say, guns and money believed to be from selling drugs. He's charged with drug trafficking, marijuana possession, and unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, and he's being held on a more than $18,000 bond. A former church daycare worker accused of sexually abusing multiple children in his care set to appear in court for a preliminary hearing tomorrow. Cameron White, pictured here, was arrested on January 22nd after the church reported allegations of inappropriate contact with the child in his care. Court documents allege he was possibly sexually abusing children for years, dating all the way back to 2021. He now faces 8 felony counts of sexual abuse of children under 12 with a total bond of $400,000. He's set to appear in court at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. Huntsville Police Department needs your help locating a missing woman. Take a good look at your screen right here. 51-year-old Tracy Crossland was reported missing Friday. She's considered transient and her family hasn't had contact with her. According to authorities, she was last in contact with HPD in June of last year. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to contact the investigator Birch at 256-319-0313. First on Fox 54, we've reviewed the preliminary report on the probe into a plane crash in South Carolina that killed the CEO of a Huntsville company. Andrew Nichols died and the unidentified pilot was critically hurt when their plane went down after declaring an in-flight emergency. And we know tonight the NTSB investigation is focusing on engine trouble as a primary factor. That's based on the radio calls from the pilot and preliminary examinations of the aircraft. Investigators found damage to 5 of the 6 engine pistons, as well as damage to the camshaft. The plane clipped a line of pine trees while attempting to set down at a small airport, and its emergency parachute system was not deployed. You can read more about the early findings on our website, and a final report is expected within 10 to 8 months. Civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away today at the age of 84, his family confirmed. Reverend Jackson had been hospitalized recently and was under observation for progressive supranuclear poly. Born in Greenville, South Carolina in 1941, Jackson was the protege of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who rose to prominence in the 1960s and became one of the most pivotal civil rights leaders. He was a groundbreaking politician who had 2 campaigns for the Democratic presidential nomination in the 1984 and 1988. 1988, A husband and father to 6 children, his leadership and longing for social justice over 3 eras, the Jim Crow period, civil rights era, and post-civil rights era. His signature phrase, "Keep hope alive," lives on. And Alabama leaders are remembering the life and legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson. U.S. Representative Shamari Figgers reflected on the Reverend's deep ties to Alabama, saying the civil rights icon never stopped showing up, whether in Selma or Mobile, saying, quote, "This was a man who fought tirelessly to keep hope and the dream of equality alive," end quote. U.S. Representative Terry Sewell says her heart breaks over the loss of the civil rights icon. Sewell called Jackson's life a testament to faith, moral conviction, and relentless activism.
It was him who actually had the audacity to think that an African-American man could be president of these United States. And the fact that he ran twice for president and mobilized communities all across this nation, Black, brown, white, he mobilized so many people. It is because of him that we got Barack Obama.
I fell in love with the special education department and their process.
This teacher loves to teach and brings joy to her classroom. We get to meet this week's Fox 54's top teacher next. UNA gears up for its 10th annual Light the Fountain block party, and excitement already building across campus. We'll take you there later.
Now, Fox 54's Top Teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
I'm excited to introduce this teacher who's been an educator for 21 years. Yes, you heard right. And what I also hear is she loves what she does and brings joy to her classroom, which explains her last name. Meet this week's Fox 54's top teacher, Keisha Lovejoy from Rainbow Elementary School in Madison. In this classroom,
We want a winner.
this teacher brings love
Great job.
and joy to her students.
All right, who's
She's
next?
living up to her name,
All right, read the
Keisha
card.
Lovejoy.
My journey started out as a social worker, and as a social worker, I was in the school system for a lot of my students, my kids with the state of Alabama, and I fell in love with the special education department and their process.
And she's been a special education teacher at Rainbow Elementary School for 21 years.
I've always had a love for children from being a student in church ministries, and then having children of my own, then being blessed with these children in the school system. My love for them just continues on.
And her peers see it. Just ask Principal Quentin Turner.
It is a joy. When I first met her, I told her, you got the perfect name, Love and Joy, because she loves what she does, and she does bring joy to this school. So she cares tremendously about her students and their needs. She's well-rounded. She always has a positive attitude, just a bubbly person, like someone you want to be around all the time, you know.
And that bubbly personality translates into her teaching methods. Sure, she teaches the core subjects, but Lovejoy says social and behavioral skills are important too.
My kids are engaged in a social skills game, and we're learning how to win and lose and to work together to come to the end.
Lovejoy does admit her role comes with challenges, but she says she's equipped for it.
Making sure that all of their needs are met, not just their educational needs, but their mental health needs, their physical needs. You know, sometimes parents can't come through on that end, and I feel like that's my job as their school mom to take care of those needs when they're here with me.
Congratulations, Mrs. Lovejoy. Check out the moment she was surprised as a Fox 54 top teacher right here on Fox 54 Plus. Also nominated teacher at fox54.com. The countdown is on for UNA's biggest party of the year. What President Kenneth Kitts says goes into making all of this happen. That's coming up next. And Jordan, we're going to hold on to this warm weather while we can.
Yeah, we're definitely going to continue to hold on to it at least while we can. It'll be warm as we head into your Wednesday, despite the cloud cover. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes.
UNA is getting a jump start on preparations for its 10th annual Light the Fountain Block Party. The Student Government Association handed out pins to let people know it's coming soon. This year's party will be on March 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's about a month away. Students and staff already getting excited. Fox 54 spoke with UNA's President Kenneth Kitts, who told us all about the prep that goes into the university's biggest party of the year.
This 10th anniversary is very special to us, and so we've prepared special lapel pins that our students are able to pick up today. We want them to invite friends. We want our accepted students who are going to be joining us next fall to be here, community alum, right? You know, this is just a way of helping to promote the event, making sure it's the biggest, best Light the Fountain ever.
You can see right here, facility staff are already getting the fountain ready for its official spring opening, cleaning it out and installing the lights.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Another warm day in the Tennessee Valley. This vantage point from Toyota Field. Personally, I'm loving the warm weather. Didn't have to wear a coat or anything like that. Probably not even a sweater, really.
I think that's the best part, is that for the time being, it is mid-February and you don't need to grab a coat before you head outside.
Yes, but...
See, that's the thing. And I'm glad you said the but, not me, so that you look like the bad person and I get to look good for about 3.2 seconds.
I'm the bad guy.
You are, but then I'm the one that has to follow up the fact that you're the bad guy with all of the news about why you're the bad guy. And there is a very large but about the fact that we don't have to wear our coats for the time being. That is going to change, and it is going to change in this 7-day forecast. We had plenty of cloud cover through the course of the afternoon. You saw it there, that video out from Toyota Field earlier today. We're holding on to that cloud cover this evening. I do think that cloud cover is sitting a little bit thicker north of the Tennessee River and heading up into southern Middle Tennessee. Maybe a couple of breaks in the cloud cover south of the river. Now, that cloud cover actually did have an impact on how high temperatures were able to climb today. Now, the cloud cover was more prominent over in northwest Alabama. The rest of us got to start the day with a little bit of sunshine, but where they saw cloud cover all day, it was only 63 over in Florence, 60 degrees in Russellville, 63 in Moulton. I say only, but that's still well above where we should be this time of year. The rest of us actually got to enjoy a little bit of sunshine up until about 11 o'clock in the morning. Then those clouds really began to build in east of the I-65 corridor. We saw 68 in Huntsville, we saw 68 in Scottsboro, we saw 69 today in Albertville. Those warmer temperatures thanks to the fact that we got a little bit of sunshine through the front half of the day. That little bit of sunshine is not going to be a thing as we head into your Wednesday morning. We're talking about a mostly cloudy or an overcast sky Wednesday morning. That cloudy sky is going to continue as we head into Wednesday afternoon, maybe a couple of breaks as we head into the evening, but we're never really going to get rid of the cloud cover. We're also going to bring about a small opportunity for rain Wednesday night and then early into Thursday morning. Most of us are going to end up staying dry. Here we are heading into the Thursday morning commute, nice and dry, but still talking about a mostly cloudy or an overcast sky. In that case, will remain the same through Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, a mostly cloudy or an overcast sky, but Futurecast is trying to bring in a couple of really light showers into the Tennessee Valley. I do have small rain chances in the forecast to account for that. Now look what Futurecast tries to do as we head into Friday morning. It tries to get rid of the cloud cover completely. I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm going to hold the cloud cover around even as we head into your Friday. So small opportunity for rain Wednesday, small opportunity for rain on Thursday, better chances of rain as we head into Friday and Saturday. The rain on Friday and Saturday is going to be associated with a cold front. So we might get a couple of rumbles of thunder thrown into the mix. That'll be about it. The biggest impact from the cold front is going to be the cooler air that's going to filter in Sunday through Tuesday of next week, where it does look like we are going to stay dry. Temperatures currently sitting in the mid and upper 50s across the Tennessee Valley, some of us holding on to the lower 60s. We're only going to drop into the mid 50s as we head into the overnight. Warming quickly tomorrow morning, 59 at 8, 63 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. From there, we are going to climb to a high of around 70 degrees. Nowhere near breaking a record tomorrow. The record is 75. We're going to get close on Thursday. Forecast high temperature is 76. The record is 77. And then nowhere near the record as we head into your Friday. Have a good look at the next 7 days. We begin to cool down on the back half of the weekend. We're going to go from 67 on Saturday to 48 degrees on Sunday, though plenty of sunshine, so still a nice day. 43 on Monday, though we start the day in the mid and upper 20s. We're getting back to reality Monday and Tuesday of next week.
The Rocket City getting the chance to host a first of its kind competition for the U.S. Army over the next few days. If you are driving down I-565 and you see drones like these near the airport, it's a part of the Army Best Drone Warfighter competition. This event allows for Army units and companies to come together to show off skill and learn from each other as the field of drone-based warfare expands.
We're trying to build the excitement around drone operations from across the Army, bringing in all these different divisions and units from across the Army to figure out, not only, who the best operator is in the Army, but also to try to build on TTPs from our tactics and procedures, from bringing everyone into just one space.
Pretty cool. Well, check this out. Baseball season is headed our way soon, but before the first pitch is thrown in April at Toyota Field, the stadium is looking to grab a new honor. The home of the Trash Pandas is on the ballot for USA Today's 10 Best Minor League Ballparks, one of 20 selections. For Rocket City Trash Pandas VP and Assistant General Manager Lindsay Knupp, support from the city of Madison plays an important role in making Toyota Field one of the best in the nation.
The city of Madison has always been supportive of us. We definitely have a great relationship. New mayor now coming into play, and we're hoping that she gets to come out here and throw a first pitch and be just as big of a part of this as it's always been. And having this as an entertainment district, there's so much put into town Madison here and Madison itself. We're just so proud to be the hub here in town Madison.
Yes, and if you want to help Toyota Field reach the top spot, you can find the link to vote on FOX54.com. The Trash Pandas return to Toyota Field for exhibitions against Alabama Huntsville on March 31st and the Toyota Red Cruisers of Japan on April 1st. And then their season opener is April 3rd. Mo, what's going on in the world of basketball?
Well, Nate Oates and company, they've won 4 in a row. They're going to try to go for 5, but it won't be easy as they take on Arkansas. A preview is next in sports.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Back on Monday, Alabama earning a spot in the AP Top 25 polls for the first time in 3 weeks. Now the Crimson Tide have a tremendous opportunity of staying nationally ranked as they roll into their next home game. Nate Oates and the Tide returning to action tomorrow night to take on Arkansas in a battle of top 25 SEC squads. John Calipari and his Razorbacks, they're riding a 3-game win streak, which includes an impressive home win over Auburn just this past weekend. Coach Oates explained why his team needs to limit the mistakes against Arkansas's Razorbacks.
Team's good. I mean, they don't turn the ball over much. They lead the league in assist turnover ratio. They're second in the SEC in fast break points. They're third in the country in fast break points, and most of it comes off them creating turnovers or their block shots. So our offense is going to be tied to our defense in this game as much as any game since the Florida one. I mean, go back to the Florida game, we had all those live ball turnovers that they scored off of and didn't really give ourselves a chance at all.
So the battle of top 25 teams between Arkansas and Alabama, that's going to tip off on Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Tuscaloosa. You can watch it live on ESPN. Take it with basketball. Coach Dante Jackson and the Alabama A&M men's basketball squad picking up an 82-70 victory last night over Arkansas Pine Bluff. The victory for the Bulldogs, combined with losses by Southern, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Jackson State's upset win over Bethune-Cookman, has now created a 4-way tie for second place in the SWAC men's standings with only 5 games to go. Up next for the Bulldogs, they travel to Tallahassee to take on Florida A&M. Now coming up tonight in Sports at 9, we'll have some highlights from the first day of the high school basketball regionals. Can't wait to share that with you coming up tonight at 9 on Fox 54. Kanisha.
Yes, coming up tonight at 9, a federal judge blocks ICE from re-detaining Kilmar Abrego Garcia as the government moves to appeal and continue its efforts to deport him again. And we'll get to learn all about civil rights in North Alabama from the son of civil rights activist Sonny Hereford III. We'll have this story and more for you tonight at 9. Before we let you go, it can take a while for persistence to pay off, right? But how about 22 years? That's how long it took one Ohio man's luck to change. He played the same 6 numbers in the state lotto every week. Earlier this month, that all paid off. He hit the jackpot, a $3.5 million jackpot to be exact. That's why he never gave up. The man didn't cite faith or tenacity. Interesting. I mean, I would imagine some tenacity keeping the same numbers for 20 plus years.
So twice a week for 22. I'm going to borrow this. It's got a calculator on it, right?